Okay. This video.
Yeah, I think most of this commentary is basically just to, move the attention away from people who are just bored of defending Israel or bored of shitting on Israel or even hearing about anything that's going on in Gaza. This is like a very exciting new way to focus on the subject matter and tackle it in a more palatable approach.
Sorry, let me raise the volume.
Within the framework of content creators and their own personal
Let me start over.
Yeah, I think most of this commentary is basically just to, move the attention away from people who are just bored of defending Israel or bored of shitting on Israel or even hearing about anything that's going on in Gaza. This is like a very exciting new way to focus on the subject matter and tackle it in a more palatable approach within the framework of content creators and their own personal feelings. I think it's ridiculous. While we're on this disgusting topic, notice how you had to add Jews born in Israel to make it racist because like shitty hummus isn't racist. And maybe if you were less of an insane Zionist crashing out over a fun tier list, I did not invite you over to try some real hummus. Let's flip it upside down, shall we? Love stop for Jews born in
What if I made this tier list actually racist? Then it's racist, huh?
Israel. They'll move on to other stuff. Like people that want to fucking spark drama will move on to other stuff. Listen, take it from a person who eats this shit every fucking damn day of the week. This is Kiwi Farms behavior. It's just like 4chan shit repackaged repackaged ironically from a community that often makes insanely anti-Semitic statements on a regular basis as jokes. A community that has no problem having like out and about white supremacists, including Holocaust deniers, on their broadcast, and then turn around and now cynically act like they give a shit about anti-Semitism in an effort to weaponize, in an effort to dilute what anti-Semitism even fucking means in this circumstance by factoring all of this shit that's not anti-Semitic at all into the equation. And it's weird. Very weird, and it's very distracting. If anyone thinks that I am a anti-Semitic person, clarify you mean the Destiny community so they don't clip you and send it to H3? Yeah, of course I'm not talking about Ethan I'm not saying Ethan is making anti-Semitic memes or having Holocaust deniers on his broadcast. Well, I guess he did. Technically, he did have Myron on, and he did actually fucking rip into him for denying the fucking Holocaust. I think that the reason
Ethan really is just a grifter. No, Ethan is just a child. He's just a child who wants to win. That's what Ethan is.
Unbannings, the recent unbannings that have happened in terms of like Sneeko and Fresh and Fit are completely fucking unacceptable. Like, it's ridiculous. These people have, with regular frequency, said horrifying shit. Okay? Things that are very clear-cut terms of service violations. They have incredibly
Hilnor, thank you so much for the 5 months.
Toxic fan bases. Sneeko directly has denied the Holocaust. And also on top of this, so is Myron from Fresh and Fit. And they also on top of that have said a fuck ton. Like you, yes, dude. Like me. Be for real, dude. Be for fucking real. Like, really? You think I'm a Holocaust denier? You think I'm an anti-Semite? Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you insane? That's wild, dude. Like, packaging fucking psychotic, rabid anti-Semitic streamers with like things that you're trying to massage. It's ironic because it says Love Sabr down here and the Chevron logo is right above it too. But packaging like real virulent anti-Semites with like random Arab and Muslim streamers that are anti-Israel is so fucking silly. It's ridiculous. And while we're having this conversation, Israel is doing a genocide, that it
Yeah,
is
that was actually just to wake you guys up. I saw you guys falling asleep. Wake up. Wake up.
escalated in North Gaza. That's it. And I think that this is like either inadvertently or deliberately by certain groups. I'm not even saying this is, I think Ethan is in a different mentality at this point. But beyond Ethan, I think that this is deliberately and cynically being used by Destiny's community to cultivate this attitude by pointing to some very real instances of anti-Semites being unbanned and then packaging that all up under the guise of like all criticism of Israel is actually technically inherently anti-Semitic. It's very cynical. Yeah.
And again, like Ethan Klein, he's just a kid playing a fucking board game and he's losing and he doesn't know what to do. So he just like flips the table in frustration. Because he doesn't care about this stuff, right? Just like people like Nick Merckx don't give a fuck. This is another good clip.
Today's Wednesday. We missed Monday.
So, oh, sorry. I guess I didn't provide context. For anyone who missed it, Nick Merckx felt the need to shit on Frogan. Obviously, because why not? I am blocked by Nick Merckx. He did block me. He was like, this fucking stupid actor. Stop making fun of me for defending Dr. Disrespect. But luckily, he didn't block me on my alt account. Fucking idiot. Anyways. Shit pisses me off. Look, there's still so many of us in the streaming world that appreciate our veterans and those that serve this country. Thank you for our freedoms. We're grateful for our privilege. Ugh, dude, America brain people are so gross. Oh, God. Has Nicholas Mercenary ever done anything for vets? Listen, he speaks up about them all the time. All right? He speaks up about them all the time. Oh, God, dude. As a veteran, fuck Nick Merckx. I don't need his appreciation. Straight up, okay? Can I say that I'm glad that Frogan did apologize for saying this because it is like inflammatory and, you know, we should try and be less inflammatory. And I think it's just saying you wish for them to get PTSD is just like a step too far and it's very personal for a lot of people because a lot of people have dealt with PTSD or know people who've dealt with it. And that's why it got as much traction as it did. And I think her response was very tasteful. I think saying fuck the troops is based as shit. I think saying supporting imperialism and thinking it's based, you can go fuck yourself. I think that's based as shit. I wouldn't have any problem with that. Okay. Actually, that's just being an American. All right. Telling people to go fuck themselves. That's an American quality. All right. But yeah, like wishing harm is bad at most angles. Yeah. Yeah. I think I would agree with that for the most part. So I think her response was pretty good. Her reply about her original statement on her Twitter. If you want to go read it, you can go read it. What I will say though is that, dude, like I feel like if you have this opinion as an American, thank you for our freedom. We're grateful for the privilege. You should be forced to like go to any of the countries that America has destabilized, that America has had troops on the ground for, and like has destabilized the region. And tell them, I'm glad that we have people, American troops that protect our freedom. Like go tell that to like, dude, like Vietnam. Go tell that to like any South American country. Any Middle Eastern country. Thank God my troops were here protecting my freedom. And you're just going to get so many people that are like, so what are your freedoms doing all the way over here? Actually, You're just a child if you think like that. You put no thought into geopolitics beyond what your teacher told you about the troops in fourth grade. Yeah, it's just a very like childish opinion to like regurgitate this shit and to talk like this. But like that is Nick Merckx. Okay, that is why Nick Merckx is such a good lolcow. It's because like you know what he's gonna say before he even says it. This could have been a very what is it called? And you can't have a country without a military. This is wrong. That's just literally incorrect, but okay. What was I trying to say? This could have been a very like tasteful response, which is what they always claim people should do. This could have been a very tasteful response, and he could have easily have said, you know, I understand that not all American troops have been great, and there have been a lot of American troops that have done heinous shit in other countries. But wishing PTSD, something that is incredibly traumatic, I mean, literally post-traumatic stress disorder, and something that is very difficult to get past on troops is a very disgusting thing to say. But that's not what he said. He's just regurgitating the most childish opinions instead. Oh my God. Yeah, the childish opinion isn't that all troops could get PTSD. I know this is really hard for you, Jim Pesto 25, following since 11 minutes ago, but multiple things can be childish at the same time. You can say wishing people to get PTSD, that can be childish, just like saying American troops are amazing and great and they're all great, we should be grateful, is also childish. That's also childish, which is why I just explained what he could have said instead of this that wouldn't have been a childish response. Maybe dismantling why she came to this opinion or why she said what she did say and then denouncing it would have been significantly less childish. But I understand that you think only one person can be childish at a time. My opinion, if you kill a child or civilian, I hope you are traumatized by it. I mean, my opinion is that if you're stationed as a troop and you kill like unarmed civilians or children who were not causing you any harm because like your higher up told you to do it or just because you felt like doing it for fun, you're a piece of shit. And I hope you're tried for war crimes. I will say that. That I will say. I think that that's a very cold take, and I think fuck those people. Which is like half of the IOF. Like Abu Ghraib, torture of prisoners, don't wiki it if you have a weak stomach. Yeah, I mean, those people, they should be tried for war crimes. Like, that's disgusting. Having visited Vietnam, the whole idea of wanting to fight a war there in any way felt so crazy, disregarding everything else. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is that there's a lot of people who think if I shit on Nick Merckx, it means that I'm immediately agreeing with everything Frogan says. But I know I have a bold concept for you. Arab women actually can have different opinions sometimes. I know. It might be a little crazy. But I can actually disagree with the language that she used and also think Nick Merckx is a fucking moron. I can actually think both things. Yeah, I know. I know. Pretty impressive. I don't know. So childish to say that he appreciates veterans. OMG, what a child. All he said was he appreciates veterans. How is that childish? Because it doesn't address the fact that there are a lot of American troops that have murdered and raped innocent people and civilians in other countries. If you are so childish that you aren't even willing to recognize that America isn't good all the time, that American troops have done fucked up shit in other countries, and all you do is like cheer them on, that is a childish opinion. That is a childish opinion. A not childish opinion would be one that's a little bit more complex, recognizes that some American troops have done fucked up shit and that the American government has done a lot of fucked up shit, and also recognizing that people are not systems, that you should be kind to people and you should be cruel on systems. That there are, I mean, I'm friends with American military troops or whatever, people who have been stationed. I'm friends with vets. You can recognize that there are a lot of people who, like we were talking about earlier, escape poverty or whatever, through the military, or people who've never even been stationed, or people who don't actively go in and fucking kill innocent people. And those people are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just people. And also recognize there's a lot of American troops that have done fucked up shit. And recognize that when other countries say that they hate America, that's what they're talking about. But if you aren't even willing to address it and you're just going to go full patriotic American, you're a child. You're a child that lives in a world where everything is nice and good and America's always the good guys and we've never done anything bad ever. That is a childish world of you, dude. You're being a child right now. You're being an actual child. Veteran here, I regret my service because I'm aware of the ridiculous harm we've caused, regardless if it allowed me to get a college education. Yeah. Funny is that there are troops that have the complete opposite take as the people that sit on the couch all day that think that there's nothing wrong with American imperialism. I mean, look at like Aaron Bushnell. Should American soldiers be killed if they kill a civilian or rape someone? No, I don't believe in the death penalty. I believe everyone deserves a fair trial, a fair and speedy trial. And I think all of that shit should be, first off, at the very least, to make sure you aren't prosecuting the wrong people. But also, I don't believe that the state has the authority to kill people. And also, I think that I just disagree with death as a punishment. I just don't agree with it. Also, he doesn't appreciate them. He said way more heinous shit about veterans and troops than Frogan ever did. Yeah, state violence is bad. I just disagree with state violence. I disagree with, well, not state violence, well, also state violence, but I just don't think that the death penalty is something that should exist. But yeah, look at Aaron Bushnell. Like, to suggest that every troop feels like they're fighting for your freedoms and is based and knows that they're based is just a joke. There are so many people in the American military, either currently or ex-military, or like vets, that look at the shit that their government has done and been like, this is fucking reprehensible. This is fucking reprehensible. And they use their platform to talk about the fucked up shit that they have seen. To pretend like America is just like they're always the good guys and we should do nothing but say nice things about them is pathetic. It's a childish view. Yes, that is childish. American indoctrination is fucking nuts. Oh, yeah. Please explain how you're not making ACAB bad apples arguments, but for this, every soldier is complicit? No, not every soldier is complicit. I fundamentally disagree that every single soldier in the U.S. is complicit. Besides the fact that, like, joining the U.S. military gives you health care, gives you job security, it gives your family health care, lets you get through school, which, like, being a cop does not. In addition to that, cops are just not held to even remotely the same standard that the police are held to. There's also lots of people in the military who count as being in the military, but don't get deployed anywhere and don't work on weapons and don't have anything to do with this. Would you consider, for example, medical staff to be complicit? People who enlist, who become part of the medical staff, or the chef. Those people are like also complicit and just as evil as like cops who kill unarmed people. I just disagree. I think that American cops are different. I think that the problem with American cops is like they are allowed to terrorize the they're allowed to terrorize Americans, and everyone in the precinct throws that shit under the rug. And they have no training. And there are, so far that I've seen, no police departments that actually give a fuck about having good funding for things like medical staff or social workers or whatever. Medics also help people on all sides. It's not about just getting your own guys back and ready to fight. Yes. Yes. There's also a spectrum of complicity. Cops are even less bad by sheer magnitude of harm and death. Yeah, but you can't just judge things based on the death count. You just can't. My grandpa was in the military, but he was just a pastor on the base. I don't know how that all works, but yeah. There's just definitely nuance with, are they complicit convo? Of course. I think more accurate to the question, are they complicit? I think is, it depends on how complicit we're talking. Similar to, have you guys seen that one picture that's like, it circulated a lot during the bear convo. The like, would you pick a man or a bear? I have to find it. And it's this picture that shows like how it's not that there are men who are rapists and men who are not. Rape culture means that there are a lot of people who just don't care. It's like a chart with like it's a red to white gradient. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about or not. Wait, what, LMAO? Original Instagram of it? Oh, thanks. Wait, this will make more sense in one sec. The complicity in like the US military is similar to this, where I'm sure you guys have seen this picture before. It says, I've learned that a lot of guys visualize our social environment like this. Here are the good men, which makes up like about 90 or 95% of this bar. And then the crazed evil men, which make up 5 to 10% of this bar. And then it says, but it's actually closer to this. And it's a gradient that says, on the very far left, it says, heroic men who will intervene. And on the far right, it says, monsters so cruel we can't even fathom them. And moving from most evil to least evil. After that is textbook predators that we're all aware of, men who passively enjoy or consume / encourage predation, men who think certain women deserve it, but aren't active predators. Oh, what was she wearing, etc. Men who think predation is an unfortunate fact of life, and there's just nothing we can do about it. Well-meaning men who underestimate the issue. No, rape culture can't be that bad. And all of these people are, just because they aren't the ones actively committing the crime, it doesn't mean that they aren't participating in, for example, in this instance, rape culture. It's sort of the same thing with complicity in the military. The monsters so cruel we can't even fathom them. These are the people who just straight up torture innocent folks. These are the people who just shoot unarmed children. Like, these are the monsters so cruel that we can't even fathom them. And then heroic men who will intervene. These are like the Aaron Bushnells of the world, who at their own life, to bring attention to this genocide, will do the most that they can, right? I would say most people in the military are falling in like this side of the gradient, right? Maybe I'm biased because of the people that I've run into. Or sorry, I'm definitely biased because of the people that I've run into. The people I've run into who actively currently serve in the military and recognize that there's a genocide happening. And recognize and say, yeah, Israel doesn't give a fuck. They're bombing the shit out of Palestine. Why? Because they don't care. They don't care how many people die. Duh. They don't give a shit. But there are definitely lots of people in the military on the other side. Right? Why don't you think this about the cops? Oh, because when cops try and call out other cops, they don't have things go well for them. If you try and take down another cop, which to be clear, the military, this is also the case, but it's significantly less so. The cops are way more, what is it called? What would be the term? Unified against everybody else. In the military, there are still some protections, mostly only because there needs to be a chain of command. Like they just do more training because you just can't have rogue actors ruining like really important missions or ground operations or whatever. You need people that will fall in line and do what you need them to do. Whereas the cops are like a gang. It doesn't matter what any of the gang members do, so long as they're still part of the gang. Also, a lot of military people hate cops. Yes. There are a lot of military people who fucking hate cops. Because they don't have any training. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't understand chain of command. They act individually, like individual actors. So, anyways, yeah. You guys get what I'm talking about. They got trained by the IDF. No, the IDF only trained them how to do war crimes, okay? They didn't train them past that. Acorn! Acorn! Man down! Shots fired! Shots fired! Yeah. Also, don't forget that when it comes to the military, the target recruiting age is right out of high school. Kids who don't have a broad understanding of the world. That was me in my service. Actually changed my viewpoint entirely, pushing me to the left. Yes. Yes. So I'm not sure if you guys understand what I'm talking about or what I'm trying to explain, but I do think that they're different, and I think that the distinction is important. Thanks, Cowies. The issues are like more complicated than just, oh, military good or military bad, which is why I'm calling Nick Merckx childish for saying military good. It's fucking stupid. It's just really fucking stupid. What would you recommend for people who cannot be rehabilitated? I'm genuinely, like, not trying to be annoying, but I'm more than willing to be dissuaded about public executions. There have to be some consequences, like Nazi war criminals, Guantanamo torturers. Oh, I just think community service. That's all I think. If you are like a horrible person and you cannot be rehabilitated, like you literally tortured other human beings and felt nothing, you should just be forced to do community service for the rest of your life. I don't think we need to kill people. If that means like picking up trash for the rest of your life, that's fine with me. I'd much rather have like a Nazi that picks up trash for the rest of their life than have a state that kills people. I don't think that there's anything wrong with community service. I think paid community service, the money goes to your family, next of kin, or to like social services, to like housing or whatever. It doesn't really matter to what, right? Majority report. Guys, thank you so much for the raid. Hi. Welcome. Welcome, raiders. We were actually just talking about... I was revitalizing the Michael Brooks quote of be kind to people and be harsh to systems. That you can recognize that there are people who join the military, and not every person who joins the military is bad. And a lot of people who join the military or other government organizations try their best to make it better. Or like Aaron Bushnell, actually give their life for a cause. But the American military system is imperialist in nature and it's disgusting in nature. I just feel like she's saying edgy shit on purpose. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Frogan just says what is on her mind. I don't think she's saying edgy stuff to be particularly edgy. She also didn't say this. This happened before Ethan Klein decided to clip chimp our panel. What about people who are like pedophiles that assault kids? You can't let them out of jail. Yeah, then just like you just put them in life in prison. It's cheaper. It's also cheaper for the state to just put them in life in prison. Put them in prison for life, excuse me. Like, I don't see what the problem is with doing that. Cheaper is killing them. That's literally factually untrue. It is factually untrue that the death penalty is cheaper than life in prison. That is factually untrue. Dan's Game IRL, thanks for the Prime. Like, you don't have to have any sympathy for people that are not capable of being rehabilitated, but you don't have to have a death penalty state. People don't realize that there's a hate army watching Frogan to scour for a clip like this to brigade. Yeah. Also, like, I'm just going to say, I prefer jeans. That's okay. I forgive you. Oh, they they unfollowed and left. What a fucking baby, dude. What a fucking baby. She always finds herself in drama. I'll leave it at that. Talking about Frogan. Hey, man, listen, I promise you that if you spoke unfiltered on your stream for however many hours a day, every single day, people would clip the shit out of you. If you had probably thousands of people on watch for when you say something clippable, you would have 100 clips. There is a shocker that someone who is Lebanese, who has to worry about their own family getting killed overseas by Israel, isn't saying worse shit. Americans fantasize about killing a home invader that's just trying to take, like, things of monetary value. Not lives, things of monetary value. And people are like, yeah, if a home invader came, I would shock him in the face, and then I would do it again, and then I would beat the shit out of his face into a pulp, and then I would put him in a blender, and then I would feed him to my dog. That's what I would do. Meanwhile, people literally have family members that are dying. Say fuck military troops or whatever. You have to understand the sentiment. You can disagree with the language and say like, oh man, yeah, that was definitely too far, which is what I said. That was definitely like a little too far. But what? Come on, fuck off. Come on, be real. Be fucking real. But you are an annoying chatter, so I do have to ban you, sorry. Sorry. You have to have this much nuance to be part of this community, okay? When people use denim emotes, okay? When people show themselves as being denim subs, I need you guys to know those are only normal people. And only normal people are allowed to be denim subs. The denim sub emotes are a badge of normalcy, all right? There's only one rule. You can't break it. So anyways, I played Call of Duty and identify with the army versus people with family members getting slaughtered. Yeah. Americans fantasize about the day someone breaks into the house so they have an excuse to kill them like they're fucking John Wick. Yeah. Do you acknowledge she broke TOS though? What particular TOS? Can you link it to me? Also, I feel inclined to say that there is the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. TOS says you cannot do bullying on this platform or targeted harassment on this platform. Tectone has called her Jabba the Hutt. He's called her fat. He said she should go stuff her fucking fat face. She said she probably has PTSD when she sees a diet soda. That is bullying. That is breaking TOS. He should be banned for breaking TOS. I'm not going to call for his ban because I think it's fucking stupid. Because there's the letter of the law and then there's the spirit of the law. And I think Tectone broke the letter of the law, but I really don't give a fuck. He's also such a dumb fuck that I don't really care that he exists. And in the same regard, there's this. Here we go. Twitch. One second. Pulling up. Are there are people that keep bringing up veterans as a protected class? Is that true? I don't. Hey, let's read it together, guys. Here, I looked it up. This is on the actual Twitch TOS, safety.twitch.tv. Basically, you just can't do any promote, glorify, threaten, advocate violence, physical harm, death against individuals on the basis of protected characteristics. And how do they define protected characteristics? They define it as where is it? Come on. Here we go. Twitch does not promote behavior that is motivated by hatred, prejudice, intolerance, including behavior that promotes or encourages discrimination, denigration, harassment, or violence based on the following protected characteristics. Oh, it does say veteran status. Race, ethnicity, color, caste, national origin, immigration status, religion, sex, gender, gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, serious medical condition, and veteran status. I'm surprised that Twitch includes that in there. I don't feel like veteran status is the same as these ones. I feel like these are immutable and veteran status is not immutable. I'm surprised that it's in here, but like I said, letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. I think if you're following the letter of the law and you're saying, well, Frogan, she violated the law. Okay? She went after someone for their veteran status. She said people who are veterans who have committed war crimes should have PTSD. Okay, Twitch is also against bullying. Twitch is against bullying other content creators. By that letter of the law, then fucking Tectone should be banned. It's like Twitch never banning people calling the R slur to suggest that they're mentally disabled and then never banning them. Weirdly, it never comes up when talking about who Twitch unfairly protects. I mean, I think that's another good example as well. What's the origin of the name Denims? Oh, I was really into Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I used to go by the name Boiled Denim. Ethan's new episode's going to be about anti-Semitism. Surely it will be sane. There's a slight temptation to watch party, but also I kind of don't want to do that. Oh, Christ. Veteran status has been a protected characteristic since Vietnam. Conscription was mandatory. It couldn't be controlled. Yeah, but it's not anymore, right? There isn't mandatory conscription anymore. It's not an immutable characteristic. It's like a car crash you can't look away from. I know, dude. And Tectone has said way more about Frogan. I just don't... I think if you're like a Tectone fan or like an Asmon fan or an Aiden fan or even an Ethan Klein fan, it feels really crazy to me to call for like Frogan to get banned. for saying what she said when you've broken TOS yourself. And you should also be banned for harassment and bullying of a content creator. I just don't understand. Like, literally, like, this is against Twitch TOS. This persistent harassment and bullying of another content creator is against Twitch TOS. 2 bites ahead. She's always 2 bites ahead. Is literally his page is just making fun of her. The past, like, 5 or 6 tweets have just been making fun of her and calling her fat. It's just the same joke over and over again. I feel like we should save bans for things that are actually serious. Also, arguably, like, this is calling direct hate for a content creator that is actively on their platform. And this will lead to more harassment to her as a creator. Frogan saying, I hope they have PTSD. What, you think she's going to, like, will it? Do you think if she prays to Allah, Allah will give all of those soldiers PTSD? Like, one of these is actually enacting real fucking harm. Allah works in mysterious ways. Speaking your mind has never been a big deal to me this American way. I just think, again, last thing on this. I think a lot of the people like Tectone, like Aiden Ross, like all these people, they just want everything to be against them. They want to fight this 1v300, okay? For absolutely no reason. Because they want to be right so bad. And they want all of the people that they are against to be banned, but they don't ever want to be held accountable for any of the shit that they do. He was defending Asmongold. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit, dude. I was literally just in his stream and I wanted to KMS. It was so toxic. He's literally talking about her right now. Okay, this is the last thing that we're going to do today. Oh, and very briefly, I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's a nothing burger, but people were like, can you believe Twitch didn't allow signups in Israel? The anti-Semitism! But meanwhile, no, that's not what happened. They banned it in Twitch. Sorry, Twitch banned signups by email verification in both Israel and Palestine to prevent the usage of graphic imagery. Because, you know, there's a bunch of video footage of fucking children being blown up. But phone verification is still available. Okay? It's still available. And every single person, by the way, who's reported on this, because again, the details don't matter. Winning is what matters. Refuses to acknowledge that Palestine was also banning signups. They just keep reporting on it and pretending like it was only Israel. So keep that in mind, okay? Even if they did do it to Israel, they also did it to Palestinians. Let's see this. All right, guys, buckle in.
It's my tweet! They took my tweet!
They're calling me a bully. Well, guess what?
How is that racist?
For fat fucking people, especially fat fucks who sit there all day, gorge and eat, and make money for doing.
How's that racist?
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers.
So, you see what?
God, bro, it's like, fuck, man. Man, that shit pisses me the fuck off. I just like...
No, it doesn't. Shut the fuck up, dude. No, it doesn't. He's literally lying to his audience.
There's very little things that ever actually piss me the fuck off.
Fucking Weasley little liars.
Because I intentionally get angry at shit because it's funny. And I know my chat likes when I get angry. They think it's funny. I'm not actually really that angry. Right? I love yelling. I love getting passionate. I love fucking making noise. I think it's funny as fuck. But just like, imagining the guy who was a product of an unfair world, who wasn't able to get a job because, well, unfortunately, we're not hiring.
What?
Wants to support his girlfriend, wants to start a family, wants to stop being a burden on his, wants to stop being a burden on his, his parents, wants to move out. Enlist.
I like how that's the...
Because he wants to support a country that he was born in, that he loves. Figures he can do something better for the world by fighting for people's freedom so they don't have to.
He can't decide if it's a poverty draft or not. He wants to enlist because he loves his country, but also he has to still live with his parents and he wants to stop being a burden.
He's afraid, and the only thing that he wants to do is to get back home, to see his fucking kids again, to see his fucking girlfriend, to see his fucking wife, to see his family. Sacrifice 4 to 8 years of his life being horrified, having to relearn how to adapt into modern society, because that's what they do, guys. That's what they don't tell you.
Inventing a guy to feel sorry
for. Have to readjust into society after being... my dad's deployed 17 times. My dad has served for over 40 years in the military. All my family has served. And seeing my brothers before the war and after the war, they became different people. My dad also has PTSD, and it's very awful to fucking see. And seeing him have to understand, like, what is okay and what's not okay to do. And, society just says, oh, well, you're not at war anymore. Just get over it. And then they come over and they have to relearn that they're safe now. They have to relearn that they're fucking safe.
What do you mean your dad had to relearn what was okay and what was not okay?
Time you're at war.
What does that mean?
Get to feel safe. Every second you have to take as a blessing, because at any time a mortar can drop next to you, near you, your friends are dead. My dad was in the bathroom stall. Okay, he was in the bathroom with one of his best friends, brushing his teeth. One second he's brushing his teeth.
In the stall?
The next second, he doesn't know where he is. He can't hear, he can't see, and his friend is gone, as well as the majority of the flesh on his legs, as well as the entirety of his ear. Gone. Have you seen my dad? He's pretty much half robot at this point, in case you guys don't know. He's pretty much half fucking robot. Because a mortar hit the bathroom where he was brushing his teeth and killed one of his best friends.
Okay.
And to see some fat bitch go live on the internet and say, I hope they get PTSD. What a horrible fucking thing to say. And now, it would be great if she ever does show true remorse and say, I apologize. That was a moment of ignorance.
She literally apologized.
Stupid for me to say. Would be great. But instead, all I've seen is her doubling down.
She apologized.
You're misunderstanding me. What a joke.
Dude, these people are such fucking liars, dude. These people are such disingenuous liars.
It's an absolute fucking joke. Like, when you fuck up, show remorse and apologize. But I hate these fucking people who shit talk America, who shit talk the uncomfortable things we have to do to maintain a society like this, and then still actively...
No, Denims, I think he's right. I now think it's Frogan's fault the soldiers have PTSD.
If you disagree with the country so much, then fucking move. There's probably
what does moving do? What does moving do?
So fucking stupid.
Riddle me this. What does moving do?
It's a strong take, and I don't agree.
And here's the
move where?
Call her fat, because there's no point. There's no point in trying to reason with this person. This is a product of repeat behavior. It's happened for years. It's repeat behavior, and it keeps fucking happening. There's no reasoning with this person, so just make fun of them and ignore them. That's it, because you're not going to change their mind. And if they apologize, it's most likely because they actually got fucking caught. But
not your buddy Asmongold. Your buddy Asmongold, he meant it.
You're more than welcome to link it if that did happen. I have not seen anything like that, but that's just me.
Let's see if his chat does.
To say that, but at the same time, that's still within the confines of people will say, it's like, whatever. because nobody will say pity or whatever. But then saying that you
US
wish
military?
bad on somebody is that's
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh, Lord. Anyways. Also, fuck, this guy has no right to speak for all vets or children of vets. My mom was in the Canadian military. She said many times the biggest threat to her was her fellow soldiers because she was the only woman. Being a vet doesn't make you a good person or automatically deserving of respect.
Stop complaining about the U.S. bombing Lebanon.
Yeah.
Move back to Lebanon so you can get bombed yourself.
Pisses me the fuck off.
DNM ball sludge.
Trump rally live.
My mother joined the military too because she had no options. I feel the same as Frogan. Their PTSD doesn't magically erase U.S. imperialism and the victims of it. Yes, correct. Also, here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing, Tectone. Unless your dad was committing war crimes, she wasn't talking about your dad. She didn't say your dad should have gotten PTSD. Oh my God, it's literally this meme. Thank you to who linked this. Oh, you hate America? Well then, why don't you try moving to insert country ravaged by U.S. intervention and then get back to me, K-Bud? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I'm using this. I'm tweeting this. I'm tweeting this just so you know. I'm stealing your meme chatter. Oh my God. But she said only people who have specifically committed war crimes. She said, listen, if you recognize U.S. imperialism and whatever, and you understand that, like, the military has done fucked up shit, no, like, I don't think you deserve PTSD. She literally said it. She said that. So that blank country would be better without that intervention. There's a lot of countries that the U.S. And Western intervention in general has made significantly worse. She literally said anti-war vets are based. Yeah. She literally said anti-war vets, you're based in my book. I don't want you to have PTSD. I don't think you should have PTSD. So unless your dad is a fucking war criminal, Tectone, she wasn't talking about him. She also did apologize, but it's cute that you refuse to look at the apology because, it doesn't let you continue to shit on her. And then when you do find out that she has one, you say, yeah, well, it's probably not even authentic. And she just said it because she got caught. Unlike Asmongold's apology, which is... Sorry, one second. I have to get Asmon's dick out of my throat really quickly. Unlike Asmon's apology, which was way better and really genuine and from the soul. Okay? I know him really well. He's a really good friend of mine. Skit, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thanks. Sorry, I don't feel comfortable making... I read this chat message. It wouldn't reach throat, come on. But I don't want to make any commentary. I feel like that's... I was going to make the opposite commentary. But then I was like, chat, I saw this fucking... This is how you know we live in a society, by the way. I saw a chart, actually most of you might have seen it, that said putting YouTubers and male YouTubers and creators on a Y and X axis of length and girth. And I saw it and I was laughing my ass off and I was like, dude, this is so funny. And it's also definitely sexual harassment. This definitely feels wrong. Okay? This definitely feels wrong. And this is how you know you can't reverse the roles, because if you reverse the roles, it wouldn't be funny. Jubilee, get on that shit? Dude, for real. For real. There are, I'm just going to say, that one chart, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, if you don't know, keep yourself pure. But there are definitely people that give like low on girth, high on length, energy and vibes. There are definitely some content creators that give that vibe for sure. And I will say no more. I cannot say any more. I can't. I can't. Jubilee lengthers versus girthers. Call that a Slim 7. Stop! Stop! Stop. Stop. You guys are foul. You guys are foul. Stop it. Okay. Stop. Do one of those charts that's like, do one of the Jubilee shows that's like rating everyone. Oh, man. Anyways, okay. Moving on. Moving on, guys. Wait, did we finish watching this? I thought we watched this.
Today's Wednesday. We missed Monday. It was a holiday. Shout out to the troops, all the fallen soldiers. We salute you guys. You guys died.
Oh, we didn't watch it.
So that we could... What'd they die for?
We could have Monday off work.
Worth it. Shit, we need more troops to... No, I'm kidding.
Easy.
Easy, Tiger. Easy, Tiger. Today's...
I'm sure Nick Merckx will be very upset about this and definitely will tweet about this. Right, guys? Tectone. Look. Tectone, look, someone is disrespecting the troops. You should call them out, right? Because you're spending so much time getting upset that Frogan said what she said about the troops. Guys, he was only making fun of the troops and saying they should die jokingly. And everybody knows if you joke about something, that makes it totally okay. Right? Right? Or does it? I guess it's only okay if you're Ethan Klein and you're making the joke, but if you're anyone else and making the joke, then it's anti-Semitic. Interesting. Ethan Klein wants your dad to die, Tectone, if it means he gets another day off. Unless you're joking about Sabra hummus, and if you're joking about Sabra hummus, it's not a joke, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, let me check the color chart first. Let me see if it's okay. Pulls up Family Guy color chart. Ooh. You're a couple shades too dark for that joke. Sorry. Sorry. Back of the line. Back of the line. Oh, good news. Go ahead. Ethan, pass. You're good to go. No. Please. My apologies. My apologies. I don't know, man. I'm following Ethan's lead and ignoring all nuance, body language, and tone, and I'm just looking at the words and any potential negative meanings they may have. He very obviously thinks of soldiers as sacrifices to Odin in exchange for holidays. That's why he went live Wednesday. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Once I discovered Costco sells Sabra hummus, I cannot condemn hummus. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You made a joke about how Sabra hummus sucks? Well, you're basically an anti-Semite, and you should go fuck yourself. All right? You fucking terrorist piece of shit animal. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought. And that's a good place to end it, I think. I think that's a good place to end the show.